If one day you get in your car and you see this symbol of a red car on a ramp come up on your dashboard, and the lights and the fog lights don't work, and your windows don't power down, and your indicators don't work, and sometimes even when you're putting it into reverse, it doesn't beep or show up on the screen that you're reversing. Sometimes it may be accompanied with a message on the screen that says the light control module is at fault, drive carefully. Chances are that your Footwell module, or the light control module as it's called in some newer cars, might be fried. Now, I was very lucky when this happened to me because all my windows were already closed. But in the event that yours aren't closed, at least the rear ones for me could still be closed by pressing and holding the lock button on your key. If that doesn't happen, then I'm sorry, you might be in bad luck. Like I said, my windows were already up, but the downside of that was that this actually happened to me during the summer. So why does this happen? The Footwell module can get damaged when there are spikes or fluctuations in the voltage. When that happens, there's a counter in the Footwell module that increases by 1. And once it happens a certain number of times, it kills the module to protect the rest of the vehicle. What can cause voltage spikes? Now, one of the main reasons is if you have a bad battery or a cheap battery, or you continuously or regularly are jump starting your vehicle because your battery's flat. Here's how you might be able to get this fixed for free. BM had a safety recall on the battery B plus cable. The way you will know that your car suffers from this is if your car suddenly cuts out and won't start, and then mysteriously after a few minutes or hours, by either nudging or bumping the vehicle, it starts up again. That can also be a contributing factor as to why the fluctuations or the spikes might be happening. The easiest way, if you haven't already had your recall done, is to get your car recovered by BM. This is free of charge, and tell them that this has only happened because of it. You might get lucky and they might do it as a gesture of goodwill. If not, now there's two things that you can do. You can either buy a new module. In some cases you may need to get it repaired because your car has certain features or it's not a standard spec, and in other cases you may not need to get it coded and you can just simply purchase one off eBay and fit it in and it should work straight away. The Footwell module is located behind here. You should probably disconnect your battery before you begin. We need to remove this door sill panel first. It's held together by 4 clips, so gently pry them off. Careful not to break any of the clips. And there it is, held together by 4 clips. Next, we need to remove the pedal trim panel, which is held together by 4 screws. One here, another one here, and another one here. There's another one at the back, but mine's missing. You also need to remove this screw here, which is the hood lever. So let's get these off. Now, careful not to stretch them out too much. You may be safer disconnecting them. So we need to get rid of this panel. I forgot to take this off, so let me just take this off. Now you can remove this rubber seal. I chose not to. Let's get this hood lever off. So after removing the hood lever, you can just pull this off, and there is another screw underneath which we need to remove. That will take the Footwell trim off. All the screws are gone. You can just pull this out like this. It's as simple as that. We can see that there is the Footwell module behind the OBD port, held together by 2 nuts. I would recommend, it is quite difficult to see the nut at the top because of the wiring harnesses, so I suggest that you get yourself a small socket similar to this one, and once you loosen the bottom, leave it in the top, and you should be able to just pull the Footwell module out. Now before you do that, the Footwell module got 2 cables in it, held with these grey clips. You need to pull these down and you should just be able to pull the cables out. So here's the front one. There's a slightly larger one at the back, again held by these grey levers. You need to lift them out of the way. So there's one grey one right there, and there's another one up here, and you should just be able to pull them out. And there it is, the Footwell module. See my next video if you want to see how to repair this instead of just replacing it.